Hi. This is the accounts module we have in this software, where this accounts module will plays a very important role in this operating part, where we will be putting up our data in a very informal way, a very formal way actually, and all the payments which we are receiving and what are the payments we need to do from our side of the company. Yeah? That credits and that debits of a company can be operated in this accounts module. Okay, so this is the menu where we'll be getting this incoming revenue. If we are getting any incoming to a business, like we'll select which branch of this and what is the project ID. Like based on the project ID, we will be selecting like how much amount we are getting. Okay, so we'll get the simply how much amount is required, or like what is the next due date. That information can be shown up here. Okay, this is the like how much parameter amount, how much is the agreed amount, what is the tax amount, what is the total amount, that all kind of amounts which we will be preparing for doing the project, that will be coming up. And once this agreed amount, this taxes amount, and all things can be operated in the operation and the business development block. Okay, so once they prepare a budget for this, for initiating a project, okay, so that amount can be shown up here based on the project ID. Okay, so this amounts will be shown up here. If suppose this client is willing to pay amount right now, so we will be adding that pay amount here. For suppose 50,000 you need to pay. We'll give the details and all these details, and we'll be saving here. Okay, so once we save here, so received amount can be updated here, and the balance amount will be updated here. Okay, so what is the tax amount and all, if he's paying any installmentally, to the whole amount, we will be paying the tax at one time go, right? So that is the total amount for that. And here the received amount and the balance amount will be updated once we give information over here. Okay, so this is the received payment details. Okay, so here once we add all the inputs there, like related to the project ID and related to the inquiry ID, so that inquiry names and all the taxes amount, the details will be that list can be the data is will be available in this table. Okay, like you can see here, the branch name, the inquiry name, the agreed amount which we have, and the tax amount, the paid amount, payment amount which we require, what is the balance amount here. Okay, so this is the received payment list. If suppose we have received, like you have seen this incoming revenue we had, like we have added on based on the project ID, the same thing. Whichever we have added, that whichever information we have given according to the project ID, so that information, that data will be shown in this table. Okay, so you can see the payment date, the next due date, 3 months, and then on. Okay, so this is the advance request column we have. Based on the project ID, it's we'll select what type of advance you require. Okay, and we will be selecting here, like it is personal, or like if suppose if we go for personal, we will be selecting here like which branch and which employee is looking for personal request, and we will be selecting the amount 50,000. It is like a kind of loan type of things, if you say, on what how many numbers of installment we can be paid, like that. You'll give 0.5, and that basic details can be dropped here. Okay, and that personal advance request will be can be shown here. Okay, we'll see like how many installments there, like for 5, if there will be shown up here 5, and how many installments left, it will be 0 and detected from. And we have an option, like we can from which month onwards we need to detect this salary. Auto detection can be also done from this in this parameter. Okay, and if we go for this departmental module, so this will be this form will be somewhat changed related to the business development, any departments of the organization, and this department is requesting an amount of ₹1,000 on this purpose of any exhibition kind of things, then will be all the response will be taken care by this business development team. Okay, so that departmental advance request form can be up here. Okay, and based on the inquiry, we will be having an inquiry form. Based on the inquiry, if you have any expenses, based on the inquiry, if you have any advance request to be provided, that request after filling the form over here, that requested data can be shown up in this table. Okay, and this is the expenses claim form. Okay, so this expenses claim form, like we can claim our expenses to the accounts. Like we need to submit all the bills, like all the expenses bills, all the site allowances bills, all the expenses which we have done in this during the time of project execution time. So that will be can be up in here. Okay. So this is the personal and departmental expenses form. In the related to what type of expenses if we select here. So what are the requests we have added in this advanced request part. So that expenses like that claiming form can be can be operated here itself. Okay. So on this project ID, first of all, so this is the project ID we search, and these are the details we will be getting. If we suppose if we have if you want to claim a bike traveling expenses, we have traveled from this place to this place. If you need a fuel amount of that, all the basic details, all the expenses details can be dropped here once we save here. So that information you can see here. This is the branch employee name. Like if it is a personal or like it is a personal request, actually the employee name will be coming up, and the amount used and what is the mode of payment here. Then a date of activity, days of activity. What is the purpose here, right? So this is the vehicle number, or which vehicle have been taken, and what is the starting kilometer, end kilometer, purpose, remarks, and what is the mode of that? What is the status of that? What will be the action for taking this kind of the activities? Activating that the rules and taking care of the responsibilities of this department related to the expenses, and which is related to two types actually, whether it is personal or whether it is departmental type. So personal type, the employee name will be highlighted, and departmental means department type of request is the department type of claimings, expenses related to the department can be uploaded here. Okay, so this is just a basic table form where we'll be giving that input data. So this data will be handled by he or she, the person who is taking care of this accounts module. Okay, and this is the outgoing, and so outgoing basically two or three types. If you say two types in this case, whether it is fixed expenses or variable expenses. So fixed expenses are we have already added in this master menu. If we search here, so we will be getting the fixed expenses drop downs list here. So the salaries, rents, installments, maintenance, these all comes under fixed expenses. For suppose if we select a variable expenses, so variable expenses are not that standard actually. So any of the means, any of that outgoings related to, and which is not related to fixed expenses, all the remaining things will be comes under this variable expenses. Okay, and we'll select the branch and what is the expenses name, for what purpose we have invested this money, or we have spent this money. We will be typing the expenses name, amount, and what is the payment outgoing, or what is the payment where to the variable to the expenses related. So we will be saving that variable expenses here. Okay, so first suppose that fixed and variable expenses can be list can be shown up here. Okay, like a branch expenses name, all related to that. If it is related to the project ID, so that project ID will be shown up here. Okay, So we will be selecting a project ID, and if you search it up with a project ID, so here will be showing up, and on the services list, like based on number two, the project ID, what are the services we have, we will be it will be shown up here in the drop down, and what are the parameters for each and every selected services will be shown up here. Okay, so if suppose on what particular project ID, what type of investment, what is that related to parameter which we are buying, what are the amounts or available expenses are there during the time of execution of this project. That related execution, that related calculated amount will be can be calculated here and will be displayed in this map. Okay, we'll be filling up this form. Okay, and this data will be shown up here actually in the below things. Okay, and inquiry, if it is related to the inquiry out list, and this form will be selecting here like expenses type, and what is the inquiry related and all. So this that information, once we input our information, that will be shown up here. Okay, so this is the inquiry outgoing list. This is the inquiry related to the person who is like, for suppose we have traveled from one place to another. The transportation, the vehicle part, and all these things will be in this block actually, in this table. And this is related to the inquiry outgoing, and this is the fixed and variable expenses list. Okay, so three things are very neatly described here. So this is the receivable and payables, and for suppose if we select receivables, so initially, like, we will be typing all the receivables of our business, like how many amounts, from which different places we will be getting amounts, and all kind of project details, client ID, that information can be shown up here. Okay, will be dropping here, and that data will be available in this table. Okay, and we'll be selecting payables. So if suppose we need to pay to the persons whoever have like, we are supposed to pay some amount to the persons, that comes under payables. Okay, so this will be selected, like, for suppose we have purchased any of the assets, like we have purchased any inventories from any suppliers related to our business organization. We will be putting up that data, like this is the fixed variables. Uh, we need to fetch our payment to the supplier. Okay, so that details will be typing up here and will be saving here. So this payable data list will be available in this table. Okay, and this is the loan type. For suppose if you are giving a loan to some person on an interest basis, if you select this, like, we will be adding that what type of to whom we are giving the receiver name, from which branch is involved to. This is all related to the internal loans for each and every employee. Okay, so suppose they can drop a request, like they need some loan, any personal loan, any kind of things which will be on interest basis. That data will be taken care of by this accounts department. So here, if you see loans given, how many loans we have given, that entry data will be available in this table. And if we have taken any loan from any of the third parties, that will be shown up here. Okay, like whether we have taken any interest basis, that data will be up here. Whether it is installment basis we have taken, that will be up here. Okay, so that loan types are two types, interest and installment here. And so same as giving loans will be in two types, interest related and installment related. Okay, so this is inbound kind of services. This is all related to loan given to all related to the employee. If it is taken from any of this loan from any of the others, like that, can be also added here. Okay, so this is the payroll. Like, we can generate categories to the person, once the contract period and once the probation period of the employee is completed. So we will be subjecting them to the payroll activity. So that payroll activity we can select directly, like the direct revenue generators, or like indirect revenue generators. Like the employee category can be shown up, and we will be giving all the information here. And so this will be we can easily see this like all the summarized data, like all the input data which we are generating a payroll to the person. Okay, so this is all related to the account. So I'll come up with another video for the next minute.